Hey guys, Joe here. I've noticed from watching my videos basically from the beginning to now, and we're at number 68, I believe. Basically, that is you do me and I'll owe you one. I'm a little roboticized. Once I get going and I'm talking about stuff, I all of a sudden turn into, and this is a remote I found somewhere. It was really impressive. Here it is. It smells like happy. Soylent Green is good. So I need to stop that. Need to continue through the entire video with a little bit of awesomeness. Armand agrees. See. That's not racist. Anyways, Sunday I was at work and I stopped by GameStop, my other work, and I was talking to my buddy who works there, and he gave me a couple of phone numbers. I'm not going to turn it around because I don't want you calling them, you sneaky bastards. And the first person I called was a nice lady, but she's a little bit older, and she had an Atari 2600. And I asked her about it, and we're talking a little bit, and I said, is it a 4-switcher or a 6-switcher? And she's like, I don't know what that means. That was my first indication that I was in trouble. So I described it to her. I said, well, there are silver switches on the console itself. Are there 4 or are there 6? And she kind of paused for a second and says, oh, it's got 4. So that immediately tells me it's not one of the Telestars, the Sears Telegames, pardon me, not the Telestars. That's something completely different. She then proceeds to really throw me off by saying, well, I've been looking on eBay. Frick. And they're asking, double frick, up to $175. No. No, they're not. So I then proceed to have to tell her, okay, number one, $175 is an asking price. Nobody sells them for. Number 2, that was probably a boxed one. Number 3, it was probably an original generation one. Number 4, so she then also tells me she's got a bunch of games with some of the manuals. Big frickin' whoop-de-ding-dong. She doesn't have the boxes, and she's naming them off, and they're all the ones that you can find if you go outside and go to your local stream and panhandle for about 5 minutes. You'll find most of these Atari games that she had. So I basically told her, look, quite frankly, you could take it to the store, and they'll probably give you $20 for it. She's like, no, they won't. I said, yes, they will, because they tried to offer me once $12 for a Nintendo 64 that they couldn't pay me for because they were just opening. Not that I would have sold it for that. So, anyways, I told her, if it's really clean, well, we haven't played it in like 30 years. Frack! If it's really clean and it works, I'll give you $60 for everything. Well, I have to think about it. You do that, because that was an off-the-cuff offer, and I'm pretty sure once I see it and see how bad it is, it'll probably drop down to closer to like $30. So I'm waiting to hear back from her. I'm not holding my breath. Second guy called in, talked to my buddy, and told him that he had a pristine PS1 and a pristine Dreamcast and a pristine Sega Genesis. So, of course, I call the guy. I didn't get him right away, but I left him a voicemail. He calls me back. He's like, dude, I just sold the Genesis for $100. No, you didn't. Stop lying. But I don't say that to him. I say, oh, really? You got a hell of a lot of money for a Sega Genesis. Was it in the box? No, man, it was loose. It said 3 on it. Okay, whatever. Moving on. So you have a PS1 and a Dreamcast. He's like, yep, they're really nice too. The lady I got them from, she's a family friend, and she wanted me to sell them because her kids went away to college, and I don't know why I'm starting to talk like Patrick Warburton and stuff. So he starts to tell me things that throw me off. Starting with, yeah, they're kind of dusty. I kind of left the dust on them because dust makes them worth more. And a little dust never hurt anything. Armand, do you believe that?
No.
Dust is not a good thing, folks. if you have a lot of dust buildup in your systems, number one, clean your fucking house. Number two, clean the system. Number three, I'm sorry I just cussed. Moving on. So he said, I'm going to clean everything up a little bit so it'll be ready for you when you come and look at it in the morning. Because I called him at like 9:30 at night, and I agreed to meet him in the morning. I go over to his place, and he seems like a really nice fella. But then he starts telling me different conflicting stories, because he told me that it was an old lady that was a family friend that asked him to sell it. Then he said, yeah, I put in a bid for everything. And then he said, yeah, I went to an auction and got it. That don't add up. So I walk into his house, decently clean house, and he has a box sitting on the floor. I don't have that box to show you because these were some of the grodiest frickin' systems I've ever seen in my entire life. It looks like, you know, when the Titanic went down, I'm pretty sure these systems were the entertainment for that trip. Okay? Okay. They get you in the end. They get you. I start pulling stuff out because I'm hoping that some of the Dreamcast games were in good shape, because he says, yeah, there's Resident Evil and a couple of these and a couple of that. So I'm like, great, maybe there'll be a $500 game in there that he doesn't realize. All the games were gone except for one disc of Code Veronica Resident Evil. And I said, where are all the games? Oh, wow, the Genesis lady must have taken them. I said, you didn't notice that they were CDs? Oh, I wasn't really paying attention, man. I just needed them gone. Then why did you tell me you had them? And he hadn't cleaned anything either. That was the other thing. He told me he was going to clean them so they were ready for me. And he didn't even bother to do that. He didn't even untangle any of the cords. So I pull out a PS1, and it's covered in stickers and this brown, funky, liquid-looking stuff. It might have been dead worms that congealed. It might have been soda pop. It might have been, I don't know, poop. I have no clue. I couldn't tell what it was because I was afraid to touch it. And it was so old, it still had the RF adapter. And I've shown you, I've picked up a couple that have had them, but they were all 5 bajillion times better condition than that one was. And I said, this thing's not even complete. He's like, what do you mean? I said, there's no power cable. The controller is a PS2 controller, not a PS1. And correct me if I'm wrong, you can't go backwards compatible, or you can't take a 2 and use it on a 1. I think you can use a 1 on a 2, but not a 2 on a 1. If you can tell me, that'd be great. Anyways, he's like, oh, I didn't realize that. Whatever, fine. I look at the Dreamcast. I pull it out, and do you remember the one I bought at the flea market? And I told you it looked like it had been used to bludgeon someone to death because the bottom was red. It looked like it had blood on it, but it cleaned up really nice. This one wouldn't clean up very nice, even if I had just bought a different system and set it in the same spot that system previously occupied. It still wouldn't be clean. That's how bad it was. And no AV cable, no VMU, the controller had bad analog sticks, and it also was covered in a substance that I can only assume was the waxy adipocere, if you know what that is, buildup from a corpse. And I said, dude, it's not complete. This thing is in horrible shape. I can't buy it. He's like, what do you mean? I said, these are worthless in this condition. I can't test them. You're missing parts. It would cost more in parts than I'm willing to pay you for these systems. He's like, okay, I understand. Don't worry, I'll sell them on eBay. Okay, sure. Anyways, I left. Couldn't handle it. Didn't even want to try to make him an offer. Because he's like, make me an offer. No. You can give them to me for free, and I'll try to use some of the parts, but I didn't want to say that right to his face because that would have been slightly rude. So I left, and I went about my merry way. And on the way to work, I stopped at a thrift store I like to go to because it was half off day. And if you remember, I got this for $2.50. It's the not for resale Sonic the Hedgehog, which, yes, I know is worthless. But in order to almost add 10% of value, I found the case. Yeah, they just had a bunch of cases in a display case at the store. Now they had a Sega Saturn, but they wanted $175, but it didn't have any games, and the games they did have were all scratched up. And the only good thing it had that was kind of rare was a 360 style, you know, that Pro 360 controller, the big fat round one. But yeah, $175. No, 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 no. But yeah, this was $2. So for $4.50, I now have a complete, not for resale, Sonic the Hedgehog. He's not British. Neither am I. That's why this accent sucks. For $1 for my PSP collection, you have Major League Baseball 2K11 and Madden 10. I'm pretty sure I already have this one, but for $1, I'll take the chance. They had Front Mission 4 on PlayStation 2. It's a Square Enix game. The case is a little rough, but the disc is nice. No manual. And then a really nice copy of Star Ocean, also a Square Enix title. And this one has both discs, but again, no manual. Why there's no manual, I have no clue. A complete copy in super clean shape. I don't know why I'm leaning all the way back. Hey, you don't need to see me. Just look at the game. Stop looking at me. Don't look at me. Of Neverwinter Nights 2, and it also has Mask of the Betrayer. So that's cool. It's the gold edition. That was $2. And that was it. So I went on my merry way to work, and I decided to finish up a little bit of credits that I had, and mainly because I want to try and experiment this month. And you guys will be updated as it goes along. I am not going to spend any of my trade credits for the entire month of May, other than maybe buying a gas card here or there, because I want to see how much crap I actually trade in, because it turns out I trade in quite a bit. So at the end of the month, we will see if I have enough credit, and it shouldn't be a problem, but if I have enough credit to buy a PS4 and some other stuff, we'll see. First off, though, I got another Steelbook, and they just gave it to me because it's Steelbook only, and it's Sniper 2 Ghost Warrior. Now, it says it's the Bulletproof Steelbook Edition, but I don't think this would stop many bullets. Go ahead, shoot me. I'm wearing my armor made of Steelbooks. This one is the Bulletproof Edition. Ow! There's blood running down me. Yeah, anyways, I'm going to be the king of Steelbooks eventually. Make a throne out of them. Maybe a crown. Haven't decided. For PS3, I got the Gold Edition Resident Evil 5. Also includes the Lost in Nightmares costumes and extra figures. I'm pretty sure any DLC codes have been used, but I just wanted it because it's got the cool cover. Now, it had a sticker, price sticker on it. When I pulled it off, it revealed some of the silver underneath, but I think that actually looks kind of cool. I wish it hadn't taken off the end, because now I have the PS3 Gold Edition. Oh, you come to Japan, you have the Gold Edition. That's not racist, is it, Armand? No. So, I've decided to just pick up continuously the cheapest possible 360 games I can get my hands on. Most of these are $1.99. 2 games were a little bit more, but I had a discount coupon, and we will just run through them. First off, Don King Presents Prize Fighter. I'm going to give this one a shot just to see how it compares to like Fight Night Champion and Fight Night Round 4. I've got a feeling it's not going to compete, considering this is $1.99 and Fight Night Champion is $14.99. So, this was $1.99, and the only reason I got it was because boobs. No, I'm just kidding. It actually looks like it's kind of fun. It's called Monster Madness Battle for Suburbia. It looks like it's a mobile style game, you know, like you would have had on your phones, because it's like an extreme away third-person shooter-ish style game. But it looks fun. As you recall, I got the disc-only Quantum of Solace, and for 99 cents, I got the actual game. I still have the loose disc. Now I have this disc, and I have the complete case and everything. Wasn't worth asking for just the case for a 99-cent game. A Microsoft Studios game, N3 99 Nights. I've decided to pick up some of the more obscure stuff. I am going to change the case because it's a little chewed up, but the disc is like flawless. For It was $2.99 before discount. I got BioShock Infinite, and it's got the reversible cover on it. I just like the reversed cover better. So I put it with the reverse cover. Dragon Age 2, but this is the BioWare Signature Edition. It just has the, you know, shinier case and stuff. I think the disc and everything's still the same because it looks the same. That might make it the same. It looks the same, it walks the same, it quacks the same. It must be a pig. And Operation Darkness, it's an Atlas title. Again, this was like $6, but I had a $5 off coupon, so it wound up being $1. And not only is it an Atlas title, but it's got an angry Hitler. Although that's a little bit redundant. It's got a Hitler. You know, because the little fart knocker was kind of an angry guy to begin with. So, other than that, I think that's about it. Armand, do you have anything to add to it? He's keeping my kids prisoner. Shut up. No. If you have any questions, leave them down below. If you'd like to subscribe, please do. If you'd like to give this a thumbs up, please do. If you'd like to see Armand in a future video, tough crap, because I just drew him on at the last second because I was bored and I did this 3 times already. Not the Armand thing. You know, if you turn him around, never mind. I'm done with that joke. So, yeah, until next week. Next week? What the hell, dude? I put up one like every day. Shut up, Joe. I will talk to you guys later.